exceeded your expectations for what you thought he would do at King?
No. I've had high expectations for him from day one, and I exceeded is too strong, but I'd say he's gotten close to where we thought he could be. I mean, he's done great, and he's been consistent. I thought his rookie season, it took him about 2/3 of the season to get comfortable and be aggressive, but for the most part, I think that he's had a great run here, and if he were to stay all 4 years, he'd put himself in a situation where he could be one of the 15 leading scorers ever in the history of the school, which would be pretty cool. So I'm happy for him.
How pleased were you with the job you guys were able to do on Rico Gathers?
Well, he made some hard shots. Good gosh, I mean, of the, what do you have? 18 of the 6 baskets he made. I'll bet you 3 of them were shots that we would hope that he would take, and then he delivered. The thing that, and then he made his free throws, because he hasn't shot a great percentage from the line. If we did one good thing about him on him was he only got 2 offensive rebounds, but we didn't do a great job on him. I thought he played very well. I thought their whole team played well.
Coach, you guys were down 6 at halftime and outscored them by 16 in the second half. What was the biggest change?
Well, we're down 13, if I'm not mistaken. They hung 23 on us in the first 9 minutes of the game, and then after that, we actually they missed some open looks where they made them all early, and then we defended them and rebounded better. I think we're down 12-2, rebounded the ball early on. So obviously we didn't come ready to play, and they came really ready to play. But the biggest thing in the second half was they shot a low percentage. We did a much better job on the glass, and then we attacked their zone a lot better. They played their zone totally different this time than what they did the first time, and they took away the middle. It was almost like a 1-3-1, and they took away the middle and kept the guard in there, which they didn't do that at all the first time. And we labored and struggled, and in the second half we kind of, I'm not going to say we figured it out, but we did a much better job of attacking it.
What have been your thoughts on keeping it starting?
I think he did fine. He made 2 jumpers, which was good, and I thought he battled in there pretty good. I think that against the zone, sometimes I think young kids that are figuring out how to play struggle more against the zone than a man. Man to man, you can just tell them, hey, this is your job. Zone, well, get in the gaps, you got to do this or do that. And guys that really know how to play, you can tell they know how to play against the zone far better than a man. And Landon knows how to play, and Landon was obviously good against the zone. But I thought those 2 guys combined both played well.
Well, you said you don't really know who your best players are going to be on any given night, but you do have like a lot of guys that can play well. Is it tougher to coach that way when you don't?
I don't think too many people would feel sorry for you if you got several good players. So I like that. But we don't know who our leading scorer will be for the most part. Frank got 5 tonight and really wasn't a factor offensively because of the zone, and Perry, got 16 or whatever it was, 18. But really, Kelly kept us in it in the first half, and then Wayne basically got us over the hump in the second half. So those 2 guys who were probably the best offensive players we had. For the most part, the majority of the game, and then of course Perry. So if you get 3 good players playing well on the same night, then your chances to win are pretty good, and that's what happened tonight.
Bill, you're such a good conversationalist. Has Perry,
so good.
Has Perry become better in that?
Oh yeah. Perry and I, we talk about everything imaginable. A lot of current issues, world peace, a lot of things that Perry and I have similar interest in. But truthfully speaking, he has become more vocal, which doesn't mean he's vocal, but he's become more vocal, and he's more comfortable in his own skin. He's much more confident, and I'm really, Perry to me. You said this earlier, and I'll say this, and I don't mean it negative. I've coached him for 3 years, and he leaves me wanting more. He leaves me saying, well, he got 14, but he should have had 20. Or he got 6 rebounds, but he could have had 9. I haven't thought that of late. I think he's playing closer to his ceiling now than he ever has.
Speaking of Perry, how special is it to have a player like him in this program to hit 1,000 points today?
Well, you know what? If 1,000 points for a 4-year guy isn't as many points as what you think. I mean, you're going to play, you know, if you play 35 games a season and you stay healthy, that's 140 games. You've only got to average about 7.5 points a game to get to 1,000 or 8 points a game. But for an underclassman to do it, obviously it is pretty special. And you know, we started thinking. I think that since I've been here, I think obviously Keith was, Wayne's Simeon was, and I think Sharon are the only. I could be wrong. Are the only 1,000-point scorers that have scored 1,000 while they were here. I could be wrong, but I think that's the case. So I'd say it's pretty significant.
Brandon did?
Rush?
Yeah.
I don't think so. He only played 3 years, but maybe he did. But I don't know. He did. So.
Yeah, I think, yeah, pretty sure he had several more than that, but I could be wrong too.
But he averaged. Brandon averaged 13 a game for his career. So maybe he got there in 3 years. So I'm sure he did.
Freshmen tend to be inconsistent everywhere. What does Oubre's mindset have to be to just get more consistent?
I think it's all about, now today he made shots early, but to me, with guys that are kind of a stat sheet stuffer type guys, is be concerned with and worry about making plays that give your team the best chance to have good possessions and you know, defensive energy. Scouting report, doing things like that, and when you worry about the right thing, I think you make shots. I think, and I even talked to Coach Sloan, Jerry Sloan, yesterday about it, and I think he used the word ass backwards or whatever it was, saying that kids want to shoot good and then they'll play good, but kids should want to play good, and then it's easier to make shots because they're not focused on making shots. And I think that's the one thing with Kelly that I want to see consistency with, because he's a good shooter. But that's not who he is. He's a junkyard dog. He can do a lot of things, and when he's worried about those things, it just seems so much more natural for him to jump up and make shots.
How tough is it to prepare for West Virginia since you haven't seen him? Got to get the press offense ready in one day.
Well, we practiced for West Virginia one day about 11 days ago, and we spent the entire practice going against 8 guys. That's all we did was go against 8. And but that was 11 days ago. So tomorrow we'll prepare, and it'll be a 30-minute practice. And so the schedule, if you're going to play West Virginia and you're going to give yourself 1-day prep or 30-minute prep, you'd be better off doing it the second game than the first game, because you would have already been used to it. Because that'll be something that we haven't seen yet. And certainly Frank and Devontae and Wayne and Kelly and Brandon, they need to be really, really good. But we'll try to do some things that are obviously the same things that we've been doing, simple. If we do make any adjustments, it'll be tweaks as opposed to changes, and hope our guys go in the mindset to attack their pressure to score as opposed to, you know, just survive. Because if you do that, then they'll smell blood.
Bill, do you think it was going to be
3 different defenses, 3 games in a row? What are you as a coach doing to make sure that the young guys in particular can make these adjustments so quickly?
Well, we watch a lot of tape, and we'll try to simplify it for them, showing them possessions on, hey, what's good. We'll show them a lot of things that people have success with from other teams, and then we'll show them things that maybe people haven't had success with and why. So, but you know, that's the league. Our league is good, you know, for a lot of reasons, but one of the reasons it's good is because you would think for postseason preparation, there's not many things, many styles out there that people will throw at us that we haven't seen. You know, even the Princeton style, we saw that with Georgetown. So there's been a lot of things that have happened this year within our league that I think will help all teams moving forward.
Bill, you seem to be pretty pleased with Landon when you hit that baseline jumper rolled in. Can you just talk about his play and the minutes he gave?
Yeah, he was great. You know, he got 14 minutes, but he made the most of them. think he only played 2 minutes the first half, and then we went with him the second half. And you know, he's worked hard, and he does work hard. And you know, to me, Cliff is ahead of him, but there's certain things within the game that Landon does better than any big guy we have, because he understands the game better than any big guy we have. So, you know, playing against the zone, I thought he did a good job, and for him to have the confidence to shoot it, it's always nice to see it go in, because that's a big shot for a youngster in a big moment, and I was happy.
Anything else? Thanks, Coach.
I guess.